And we are following breaking news in the NFL. The Chicago Bears know their next GM. They are finalizing a deal to hire Chiefs executive Ryan Poles as their next general manager. Breaking news in the NFL. The Chicago Bears.
Love the hire if he brings an offensive coordinator with him that's very good. And that's the $1 million question for me, Molly. Like head coach, that matters. Obviously, I would have gone more offensive as a head coach just because the development of Justin Fields.
We will play at a high tempo, a high effort, attacking physical style built upon speed, quickness, and explosive athletic ability. We will carry ourselves with an attitude of energy, passion, and intensity. We will play with maximum effort.
We're going to build through the draft. We're going to acquire young, fast, and physical football players. We're going to be selective in free agency, and we're going to connect evaluation with valuation. We're going to have a relentless approach to fix our weakness. We're going to maintain great self-awareness of who we are. We're going to solve problems with open communication and candor. And we're going to consistently put players in position to succeed. And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back. Take the North and never give it back.
Take the North and never give it back.
But it is official. There was a purchase agreement signed between the Bears organization and the village of Arlington Heights. They released a statement earlier this morning saying, quote, "We are excited to have executed a purchase and sale agreement for the Arlington property. Finalizing the PSA was the critical next step in continuing our exploration of the property and its potential."
What's up? This is Jalen Johnson, cornerback of the Chicago Bears, and you're watching my boys, the Bears Mafia, on the Beardown Breakdown, right here on Beardown 24/7.
Mafia. Beardown,
It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Get down or lay down. We can talk modern era, we can talk throwback, but when we talk it's real talk, chump. We don't hold back. These other guys love to lie, bruh. We don't promote that. Mo facts, mo stacks, Mr. Clean, no cap. Switch the whole game on them like a trick play. Competition going missing, no sick day. It's Big Bears bearing down in a big way, shaking the lake for the monsters of the Midway. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Get down or lay down.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of the Beardown Breakdown. I am your host, Mike Reisig. On the show tonight, we have the boss bear himself, Lester Price. You got to unmute, though, Lester Price. Rookie mistake. All right, we're moving on.
What up?
There he is. We got Mr. Chicago. I'm stomping in my Air Force Ones himself, Marlon Williams.
Chicago, what up? Chicago over everything. You see it.
And we got our technical director, Mr. Adam Wolf.
What's going on, fellas? Bear down.
Oh. And Jason Madarino is here.
What up? Am I here? Yay. What's up?
We can hear you.
And we've got John McNabb, who's on a little bit of a delay, but he is on the screen whenever he's ready to go.
What's good?
Bear down, bravo. We can hear him.
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
It's all good. I'm driving home. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to Chicago. Let's go.
All right. So let's get started here. First of all, I just wanted to give everybody a real quick heads up. Give us a like on our Facebook page, Beardown 24/7, and subscribe to us on YouTube at the Beardown Breakdown channel. Let's go ahead and get started with things today. So, obviously, we might as well talk about this. Last week, the big thing was Roquan Smith and his contract issue. Of course, we got more drama in the land of Chicago, and that is Teven Jenkins. So, let's talk about it. Injured body or injured feelings? Which one do we think we got here? I'll go ahead and start with Lester. Lester, what's your thoughts on this Teven Jenkins thing, real quick?
Well, over the last 3 days, I've been reading a lot of shit, a lot of articles, a lot of videos mainly. Just watch a lot of videos, different interpretations. A lot of the players or ex-players that have played the game, people that have been in contact with him as far as just, maybe not people that are, I'm assuming people that are not, personal friends. Right. There you go, Marlon. But they're saying basically that, when the new regime came in, first guy they was talking about was him sticking up for Fields, when that penalty occurred and everybody else kind of Daniels jumped on him and everybody like, we like that. We like that. This is the guy. We like shit like that, So to me, from the common denominator from everything I've been watching from these different podcasts and different videos, they're saying, look, he's got to be hurt. He must be hurt because you don't try to offer a guy for, in a trade if he's hurt, so to speak. You do, but you know what I mean. A guy that was picked where he was at and he's hurt, other teams are going to be like, man, he's hurt, he's injury prone or whatever. So my thought process is that he must be hurt, and this is why he hasn't been in pads. He did tweet out the other day that everything's good, but you could take that with a grain of salt. I'm looking at him possibly – I'm leaning more to the side that he's hurt more than his feelings are. You know what I'm saying? He may have some hurt feelings, but I'm looking more at – I'm hoping more that he's just hurt and it's a setback.
Okay. All right. Adam, what's your thoughts on Teven?
Unmute yourself, Adam.
Yeah, we got you.
My bad. First of all, I wanted to let you guys know that you should be happy that I'm here right now, because otherwise, I'm missing out on the Nelly and Flo Rida concert at the county fair. So if I was a 16-year-old girl, I would be freaking out right now. But I think we're good to go. I think
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problem. I honestly think, regardless of the situation, he's moving himself down the depth chart just by simply not being on the field. He's magically turned a day-to-day absence into a week-to-week absence now. So it doesn't really add up to what's going on. But I would love to see Teven Jenkins out there on the field competing for a starting position. There's no lack of talent there. He's a complete animal. But when he's not on the field, that's when all these rumors start, flying around. He's not buying in. He's too immature. He's too lazy. He can't handle the coaching staff. And we've heard it all over the last few days, but players on the team are telling us a different story, that he's actually buying into meetings. He's doing anything he can to get back on the field. So me personally, I'm not going to attack his character and tell him that he's lazy or he needs to be gone because of this and that, or he's too immature or not getting the playbook, whatever. The simple truth is that we don't know. So I don't think it's going to help them any if they do want to trade him. If he is actually hurt, it's not really going to make it easier for them to trade him. So I honestly think he does have a legit injury too. It's disappointing. I would still like to see him out there regardless, but if it's something that's hampering him from practicing, that's just moving him down the depth chart on his own.
Okay. John, you still with us from the car?
Of course, sir.
All right, go ahead and give me your thoughts.
Now, are we going cue card for the organization, or are we going raw and uncut?
We go on the question.
We're going
to answer to the question.
The uncut McNabb version. There you go.
John, we go on the answer to the question.
Listen, Raise your hand, all the people on the panel who got a mammogram before. No, okay. Listen, I've been watching this guy on IG since day one. We drafted him, and social media. He really is a teddy bear. He's an animal, like Adam said. He's
Then he ain't a teddy
guy.
bear, John. He ain't a teddy bear.
Teddy bear, man. He's a big teddy bear, bro. He's P-whipped. He's all kinds of. You know, he finally got some money. He's already doing the. You know, he's getting married and doing all those things. And I think it's a little bit of both. I think he's a little bit banged up. I think they don't want to stress that back out. I'm not going to say he's not going to be a Bear no more because we obviously don't know what's going on at the end of the day. But as far as we can read between the lines, if he's in meetings and if he's really trying to tune into being a better offensive lineman and being a part of this scheme, like the players have said, like Adam said, then there's question marks there of, number one, there's already been questions that arise that say our team staff right now is not being true to the depth chart. They're not talking about the depth chart, you know, giving correct reports. So what I feel is this, man. I feel we need to take a step back. If he gets traded, that's just because there's a new regime and we're really trying to focus in on some new characters and get our shit right. But at the end of the day, he's an animal. We need offensive linemen. I don't think he's as expendable as people think. But also, if that backs the problem, I'm going to be frustrated with Pace even more. But at the end of the day, I think it's just a situation of him being a little bit banged up, not ready, and they're just not really being truthful on the report.
Okay.
That's a good point, John, about you saying that you don't think he's as expendable as everybody think. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, Jason. You have to unmute, Jason.
Gotcha. Anyways,
look at this guy.
First, I'd like to start off by saying fuck Mike North. Just because he's a dickhead. Because he blocked me because I told him stop talking about Mitch. Whole different story, personal problems.
There you go.
This Jenkins thing is is just weird. It's like I go back and forth. Part of me believes there's an injury. Part of me doesn't believe there's an injury. Part of me thinks he does have issues because, like, if you thought, like, look at Graham, the cornerback
Junior,
that got hurt. Yeah, Junior. He was hurt around the same time, right? He had a hamstring injury. Yeah, granted, they took, 3 or 4 days to talk, like to say what's wrong, but they say, hey, what's wrong? I think what the main problem is the Bears are not saying what is wrong with him. They're not. So, like Adam said, like, there's this shit flying in the wind that we don't know. I mean, after Flus says, hey, it's 100% injury, there was a report saying, no, he's lying, and they still want to trade him. So, I honestly, it's like a wait and see situation because honestly, we were talking in the back. What are we going to get from him? Like, if we traded him, what are we going to get from him? Realistically, people are like, oh, we're going to get second. No, you're not going to get second for a guy who played 3 games. And let's face facts, first game was horrible. And that was because maybe he was getting swinging things, but on tape, he didn't look good. And he's had a history of back problems that, the last regime knew about, which my main issue with him and why we shouldn't even drafted him, but that's here or there. I'm hoping for the betterment of the team because the kid does have great tape. That shit does get better. And even though I don't like the pick and all that stuff, I root for him to succeed because, he's a Bear. Like, you want him to succeed. And hopefully, like, the Smith contract, it will get fixed and he will be on the field soon. But the other issue is how bad's the injury when they're not putting him on pub, but they keep saying stay today. And that's kind of circling back to what I'm saying. Like, if it's a minor injury, why don't you just say, hey, he tweaked his knee, he stressed his back out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's kind of like throwing me off this whole thing.
Well, they don't say that. I'm sorry to intervene, but they don't say that because I guess for the last 10 years you have the luxury of not telling the injury up until after week 1 or week 1. You don't have to tell the injury. When Eberflus said about I was reading it when Eberflus said about Graham's injury, they categorized that as a fucking slip up because they were like, you don't have to disclose injuries now. You don't have to say anything now about injuries. But he just threw it out there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that, Lester, but them not saying, even if he slipped, but you already did it there, it's still like we're talking about. We don't know. Just because he said everything's good, they say, hey, I'm a Bear for life. Fuck the, blah, blah, blah. No, he just said, I'm good. That could mean anything. That could mean, don't read into it. Don't read in I'm a softie. Don't read into anything. But he never said, hey, I'm still a Bear. Because usually a player that's getting questioned like this and getting moved like this, what do they normally say? They normally say, hey, as my mic falls out, hey, I'm a Bear for life. Fuck that, fuck with the rumors, But he didn't say that. He just said, don't believe in what you're reading. I'm good.
Maybe the last offensive line coordinator, a coach, talked highly of him as far as coming in next year and really being a part. And what if the new guys like, fuck that, we're having a rotation, and if you fucking the best guy plays, and now he feels, oh man, this mammogram's flaring up, I can't play for a certain coordinator. Listen, I'm just saying,
but they said, John. But they said, real quick, John, real quick though. But they said in the beginning, they singled him out about the situation that we had talked about on our own with the flag and all that shit when he was sticking up for Fields. They brought that out in their press conference, in their first press conference. Am I wrong about that?
No, that was right.
But the thing
they made that they brought that to the forefront, like yeah. But we like that.
But you got to go back, and I always bust for all you don't know. Mike's a big Jenkins guy, right? So I always bust his balls when I give him daily reports of what he's doing, and everything leading up to this point was he wasn't with the first team. He never, and you can't bullshit say you're rotating guys in and out and not give your second round pick, highly thought second round pick, first team reps, particularly towards the end of OTAs and the beginning of camp. Like that's where everything is coming around because it's like, what's going on? Why is he not getting rotation? But Braxton Jones going to make us forget about him anyway. So
So let me interject in this. I have to give him
that's my boy. That's my boy. That's
real quick before you go, Marlon. What if to Jason's point, he stepped up and stuck up for Fields. How come Fields isn't jumping up and stepping up for him right now?
Because I think Fields has got worried about fucking not overthrowing people and actually worry about the
Fields is in the mentality. It doesn't matter who's out there. Fields still has to perform.
Right. I mean, he literally has to worry about fucking getting the offense right and everyone around him right. So I think he has other things to worry about than the guy crying about
You can ask that question
because Marlon needs to go, so we all should shut up and give him a gun.
Listen, I'm keeping.
You can ask that question week. You can ask that question year 5.
Y'all took up for my goddamn thing.
Year 5, you can ask that question.
You get this back from me. Don't worry about it. But
no, go, Marlon. Seriously, sorry, Marlon. Go.
So honestly, I feel like this is multifaceted for me. So the one thing that I'm perplexed about when it comes to this, they'll cut the goddamn sound.
Where the whiteboard?
So the one thing that I'm
where the whiteboard, Marlon?
Well, there's several things. I ain't brought it yet because the season ain't started yet.
Okay.
So a number of things. So for one, I will say this about Jenkins. He's leaving entirely too much room and opportunity for speculation by not coming out and saying some shit about it from his own standpoint, at least just representing himself in such a mature way and saying, hey, listen, I'm good. Let me just go ahead and put the rumors to rest about trade or possible trades or possible not working out. Not even going into full disclosure about what the situation is, but at the very least, you make yourself look a lot better being a professional athlete coming out saying, okay, well, this is what it is, or this is what it's not versus what it is. You don't have to go into full details about what it is, but you can at least say this is not what the case is. Now, had that being said, I also think that the fact that they're just not coming out saying it's an injury, but they're not even giving no distinction about what type of injury it is, but they're disclosing other players, to Jason's point about who's been hurt or who is hurt at this given moment in time, and even somewhat disclosing the severity of that injury. So if he is that damn hurt, then he needs to be on the PUP list. But if he's not that hurt, then just say that and then move on from that situation, because I think it's more about hurt feelings than it is about him actually being hurt, which it pains me to buy into this whole idea of the fucking media painting this narrative about him that obviously he's not willing to clear up at this moment in time. And that needs to be basically out there in the forefront. He needs to come the fuck out and say something that's going to put to rest these goddamn beat writers and bloggers who are just writing all kind of shit about him. Because on one hand, you're saying he injured, but on the next, you're saying now they possibly looking at offers for potentially trading him. See, the math ain't mathing for me. It's not, and I can't solve the equation without all the goddamn variables. And for this particular situation, he's not making himself look good professionally, and then obviously we know the GM and coach is not going to disclose, full details about what the situation is with him, even if it's a maturity situation. But the fact that they're offering or they're at least listening to goddamn trade offers, that shit there's a lot of gray areas about this situation that has nothing to do with injuries for me. But I'm not trying to be the person that's going to listen to and buy into the goddamn speculation that these goddamn beat writers are putting out there, because right now none of us fucking know. But I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt only if he comes out and says, as a professional, as a guy who wants to be on this fucking team, like he says he does, or at least speculating that from his social media tweets and Instagram posts, at least come out and say, well, yeah, this is what's going on with me. I have a little nagging injury, whoop the bam. But I'm taking care of that. And I'm still here engaging in meetings, still in the goddamn in the rooms, in the facilities, working out, making sure I'm in a position to get myself in a better position to get back on this team and on this line with these guys, because he's missed out on a lot of fucking opportunity so far last year and this year, not even counting the old regime, but just the fact of since we've drafted him, he's missed more time than he's made. That's a fucking red flag for me. And given the fact that this guy has a lot of fucking grizzly bear tenaciousness and aggressiveness to him that I do appreciate, I don't appreciate the absence. It's too many goddamn times he ain't here than the times he is. And he has to speak up for that. Bottom fucking line. And the GM and the new coach can't speak up for that as much as he can for himself. That's my personal take on that. But I hope that he comes out eventually, sooner than later, and says, all right, I'm addressing this, and this is the bottom line of this. Don't ask me no more questions about it because I'm not going to disclose nothing else. Point blank, period.
All right.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this real quick, and I want you to top it off because I know you're going to top it off.
Okay.
I think that, like, when everybody's talking and giving their point of view, we're coming from how we feel. We're coming from what we would do.
And
that's
what
great.
We read too. And from what we read too.
But that's great. But it's still number one, what we would do. We would do that. You would do that, Marlon. You would do that, Adam. You would do that, John. You would do Jason. You know what I'm saying? You got to hold into account. You got to keep into account that, okay, he's not us. He's not you. He's going to look at it differently. We're talking about what we would do, though. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that. You got to keep that open mind to say, "This is what I would do. This is what I would do. This is what I should do."
I mean, I'm just saying. But it comes a time as a professional athlete that you got to man the fuck.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Mature and address some shit. You don't have to address it in full.
I agree with that.
But just say this is what it is. That's it.
But I agree with you
But
100%.
the same token,
but everybody's different. That's what I'm saying.
I get that.
Everybody's different.
But Marlon, that circles back to my other point where is it really Jenkins or should the Bears – I think the Bears are just to blame for not saying what's going on.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely. Listen, Jason, I'm with you on that.
But they don't have to, Jason. They don't have to.
Just because they don't have to, just because they don't have to, doesn't mean
my damn shoe and tell me it's raining.
Right.
On the goddamn press conferences saying that, oh, this is what's wrong with them, but then you're not disclosing nothing else.
In every situation.
But then
you guys are gonna make Mike blow a gasket.
Hey, maybe it's what's best for business.
I just got one trivia. I just got one trivia question for you all. How many practices or camp days has Jenkins played in?
1.
0. This is 0?
1 in 2 years.
1.
One in 2 years. Listen, man. Again, the math ain't mathing. Goddamn it! I need some shit to.
So that goes back. That goes back to my point of he got to be hurt. He got to be hurt because if he's a crybaby, if he's a crybaby, that's hypocritical of the regime to fucking let him be a crybaby. We ain't accepting no crybaby. Look. You ain't doing shit. We pushing you down.
Lester, and then you accepting all.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though. They wouldn't do that if they're on this. We're gonna take the best player and we're gonna ride with you, and there's no excuses. But oh, he's crying. We're gonna keep you around. That's hypocritical of the new regime, and we don't think the new regime is hypocritical. Am I correct?
But maybe they're trying to get rid of him, but they don't want to release him, and they can't get rid of him. Like I said, maybe nobody's offering him what they think he's valued, but the problem is,
think about it, Jason. At this point, polls will take draft picks just to collect picks because we are without so many goddamn draft picks. I ain't saying he's gonna take just a 7th round and be done with it.
Well,
I would say, looking at
I hate to burst anybody's bubble, but Teven Jenkins isn't getting traded. I don't care what you
I don't think so either.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think so.
I don't think
okay,
so.
We damn sure ain't.
All right, let Mike go, guys. Sorry. God damn it, Lester.
Now that we got the Lester's 1 minute point, 15 minutes later.
That was an hour. Mind y'all talking all this shit about me being the one that prolonged shit.
No, I had to. This is a touchy subject.
Jason did.
Okay,
go ahead, Mike.
I want to do something different because I listen to what everybody says, and you guys know that I feel a lot of the same ways about this whole situation. We don't really know what's going on, but I kind of decided I wanted to start doing something every now and again on the show. And I was trying to think of a clever name for it, but I'm just going to throw it out there. We are going to call it Mike's Message to the Masses. So what I want to say to the Bears fans out there is when I'm scrolling through Bears-related posts and Facebook groups and Twitter and all these things, one of the things that I'm really, really seeing is everybody just assumes this is a front office issue. Like, this is the front office. Just sign Roquan. Just give him what he wants. Just get Jenkins the help he needs and get him in here. This is a two-way street, guys. And the things that we don't know are the things that we're always going to question. Meaning, this may not be the front office or the coaching staff saying, nah, we don't believe in Teven Jenkins. This could be Teven Jenkins going, I don't believe in this coaching staff and I don't want to work that hard. This may not be Roquan Smith asking for $20 million a year and the front office saying, no, we're not paying you $20 million a year. This may be Roquan Smith asking for $25 to $26 million a year. We don't know. Stop assuming it's always the front office. It's always the coaching staff. Because a lot of times it's the players. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next subject. Some kind of surprising news came out today, and there was a heated discussion, and I'm hoping it's not going to be that heated back here today.
Mike, hold on. No, Mike. We want your opinion on this subject.
My opinion on Teven Jenkins. So here's my opinion. Teven is my guy. When I look at the tape, Teven's a beast on tape. But the tape does not show what his work ethic is. And the one thing that's sticking with me is that there was a report put out there that It is not his character that is in question. It is his football character.
That's what I've seen too.
Those are two very, very different things. When you're talking football character, you're talking playbook studying, the ability to go in and practice hard and take criticism, the ability to be coached hard. And I think if we've seen one thing out of this camp is that these coaches coach hard, and there's not going to be any babying and hand holding. My personal opinion, I don't think Teven Jenkins can handle it. I think if it was a serious injury, he would be on the PUP, or they'd at least disclose what the injury is, like they have with every other player that's injured. They have yet to do that. So saying he's working with the trainer, to me, I don't know. Where do you put the psychologist in the room? Is he a trainer? Because that's where I'm thinking this. That's where
But at this point, Mike, it is still speculation that it is his mental capacity in terms of his competitive fervor not being applied in this particular situation to get the best out of him as an offensive tackle. You know what I mean? We don't know that. We don't know if it is his maturity or if his work ethic is all in question. But we won't know until something comes out about him.
We ain't gonna know for a while.
From him.
We ain't gonna know for a while. It's injury. It's injury, and that's what it is.
It's funny though, because every picture you see of Jenkins is a pouty face. He's like,
no, it's not. Wait a minute.
That's the only one, though. That's the only one.
Every picture you send a pouty face.
I will say this to Jason's point. He is signing the damn contract right there.
It's injury. It's injury.
Everybody's told.
That's what it is. It's injury. You cannot. How can you not love this fucking regime?
Adam.
Well, Jason's wrong again.
It's injury.
Adam, listen. We all got kids on here. You know, during picture day, the teachers and people behind the camera tell our kids to smile. You know what I mean? So let's not act like anybody tells us to smile behind that damn camera.
All right, let's move on to the surprising news of the day, or at least it was shocking to us. There was some talk after the press conference, and there was a particular player that was talked about possibly stepping into a starting role. And we're gonna go. Listen, I don't want to go off on a tangent because we got some other things to do. So we're all gonna give a real quick, Marlon.
Don't you fucking
Lester.
call me out.
Lester. I want to say it's Lester.
Don't say me. Don't say me. I just started it out like that. Okay.
Real quick, I gotta get John back on here. Real quick, we're just gonna talk about this, but Mr. Eberflus said that Vildor is winning over the coaches and very possibly going to be the starting cornerback number 2. So, real quick, let's go around the horn. Lester.
After what Vildor did last year, I'm not happy. Have I ever played cornerback? No. I don't know how hard it is, but I've seen how hard it is. Whatever. He was getting beat. He was getting beat like a motherfucker. And it's just simple fact is that I can be a fucking 9-year-old and watch him and say he's getting beat. Okay. So I trust the coaching staff on what they say, but I'm not going to trust the coaching staff on this. I have to see it to believe it. Am I the end all that be all? Fuck no, I'm not the end all that be all. I'm just a fan. But at the same time, if they show me some improvement, if I see it, I'll ride with it. You know what I'm saying? I know Vildor is fast. I know he can get his hand on things. But I watched Vildor. I watched him get beat in crucial situations. I watched him get beat. And you know, if they put me there
every time
over Vildor, I would get beat too. So I'm not trying to be like, oh man, well, you get what I'm saying? So okay. I'm trying to make this quick. I gotta see it. That's all I'm saying. I gotta see it for myself. If I see what they see, I'm good.
Okay. Adam.
All right, let me preface this by saying that Kendall Vildor is our Kevin King. I think in this whole thing, I think experimentation is the key. he's trying to figure out if the defense is better suited with Johnson and Gordon on the outside combo with Young in the slot, or Johnson and Vildor on the outside with Gordon in the nickel. So far, we've seen a little bit of both in camp. So we can at least say that Eberflus is doing a thorough evaluation of the situation, see what better fits his scheme. I'm not high on Vildor at all. We've seen him shit the bed so many times, it's not even funny. But we, at the same time, we have seen a lot of shit change with the installation of a new system. So it'll be something to see, and I think we're going to see both combinations firsthand when we play the Chiefs.
Okay. Let's go over to John.
It's trial by error at this point. I think that nothing with this team is set in stone. I don't think nothing really is, except the quarterback at this point. Maybe the best linebacker in football. But I mean, we can all say that Eddie played some lazy football last year. The safety position was never on the field right. Our defenders were not on the field. Yes, the young man did get beat a lot, but things change. You guys got to know that, me and Brennan talked about this before, that cornerback is one of the hardest positions in football. Of course, quarterback is the main gig and the main hardest goal to have. But as far as flat out having 5 bad games and then people kick you to the curb, what if we got a fucking Douglas on our hands here? You know what I mean? I hope we don't have to end up paying him off of 6 games or nothing. But I don't know, man. New regime. I trust Eberflus at this point enough. If we're gonna give Nagy the okay to we trust you to be an offensive guru, I think we need to give him the leeway to make the moves necessary. I think he could keep a top 10 defense, and it's evident, it's proven, So I don't know. I say just keep it trial by error. It's almost like Vildor is kind of taking the approach of, I'm going to win this job, and that's something that Teven Jenkins needs to look at.
Okay. Jason.
That's what we need, John. We need positives. All right, y'all are too negative. Listen, all right.
Shut up right now.
Vildor, you never know. New coach in, he could.
Can we get a wide receiver, please?
No. Stay on topic. We're 40 minutes in.
new lease on life. He could be balling out there. I think it's actually more. What's the word I'm looking? Great that Gordon can play anywhere. And it looks like they're like, oh, you want to play here? You want to play there? So do I think Vildor is going to be the say-all, be-all? Probably not. But you never know with new coaching. Like Musty Fort, he could be a great center now, too. We don't know. We have a great coaching.
Knock it off, Dolphin, man.
Jason.
Yeah.
You know what the only thing I heard was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep drinking out of that Dolphins cup. Marlon, real quick.
Oh, no, fuck this, because I had to listen to this positive shit about this bastard. Oh, fuck no. So, listen, Flus is losing me right now with this particular situation, because it reminds me of that one girl that you were dating and your homeboy told you she was full of shit, and yet you kept dating her anyway, then you found out she stole from you, and then she was full of shit, and then she left you high and dry, she broke your heart. And you saw the shit, you saw the train wreck coming before it happened, and yet you were in denial like the goddamn river in Egypt. Fuck this. No. Vildor, listen, there were fucking teams every fucking week that was just schematically already pinpoint what's the weakest out of the weakest goddamn secondary in the goddamn league. They saw the weak point and they attacked it every fucking down, every fucking game. And you're going to sit your ass up here with a straight face, Flus, and tell me that this goddamn Beardown, and he looks like he got promise. He looks like he has it in him to be this great talent on in the secondary. That's a tall glass of dirty goddamn bullshit with some ice in it, and you ain't gonna fucking sell me a straw to suck out of that one. Oh no, fuck no. Beardown he's trash sauce, and I say that with the utmost respect for the guy as a man. But you're trash, dog. No, Flus ain't selling me this bullshit because we've seen too many fucking times he didn't know where he was going, who he was guarding, when to guard them, and leaving motherfuckers open in critical moments of time in games where we could have fucking won. Beardown shouldn't even be on this fucking team. Duke Shelley ass too. Those two corners don't need to be on this team any goddamn more. And yet they still now. If Flus want to say that he's giving them a chance because they're putting forth initiative and effort in practice, by all means do that. Do that on the fucking practice squad though, because we got other corners that we can be looking at that can possibly be much better than him. Hell, goddamn it, if Gordon is that much better, put his ass in that goddamn second corner spot. Then he don't need to be there just because he's been here the longest. Fuck that. That longevity or that seniority bullshit don't play a part in the goddamn professional football. Especially when the goddamn secondary didn't get me no goddamn interceptions till week fucking 7 or 8 or some shit. We had no fucking interceptions last year, which was a credit to goddamn Deshaun Desai ass, who was supposed to be a goddamn supposed to specialize in secondary. He was supposed to specialize in the shit, and he did nothing. He was fucking terrible back there. We ain't get no goddamn turnovers. We are a turnover force defense, at least have been all these goddamn years. And these teams were just picking us apart because motherfuckers didn't know what the fuck the assignment was. That's fucking terrible. Flus, I'm telling you, man, listen, I got some strong belief in you, but not with this goddamn pick. I don't. You can sell this shit to somebody else, not to me.
All right. Gil jumped on. Gil, give me your thoughts on this Kendall Vildor thing real quick.
Well, I'll give con, and I'll give a con and a pro. First of all, the con is like he's got a history of getting cooked. I mean, fried or whatever you want to call it. So we already know what it is. You know what? I mean, it's a weak spot. He's got a problem, and offenses know that.
Get burnt.
Fuck Cook. He get cremated.
Barbecued or whatever we want to call it. But we all know what happens after. Okay.
He get cremated without an urn. God damn it. Shit.
So and now let's look at the positive. All right. Not talking about Vilder himself, but I'm talking about the coaching staff. So what Eberflus brings is accountability. So that's what I definitely like about him. That's what we didn't have in the last regime. We didn't have that. Sean Desai just didn't do it. So, of course, Vilder, he's going to keep messing up. What we want to see is possibly under this system, he's going to be held accountable. The moment that he's not, obviously, I think Eberflus is going to cut him. If he sits there and gets better, then that's a plus for us. So that's my view on it. I mean, I'm not comfortable with him, but obviously with Eberflus in that system, I mean, I'm crossing my fingers that maybe he can, possibly do something with him. And again,
that's the perfect word. That's the perfect word. Not comfortable with him. That's perfect.
Yeah. Right. Listen, Flus better get ready to cuss this bastard out on that goddamn sideline because I'm already preparing my cuss words for his ass. Listen, you don't even want to know I'm gonna say to this bastard if I go to the goddamn game and I see his ass in real time performing the way he did last year. I'm gonna be in his ass like hemorrhoids.
Well, I don't trust him. I mean, I'm just being honest. I've just seen too much. But again, I want to see what this new regime does with him. We'll see a couple games in.
I'm going to give my 2 cents real quick, and I want to give a shout out to Leon. Leon said something today in our group chat. Leon, we got to get Leon on the show, but Leon said something in the group chat about scheme change and how players adjust to scheme change. And that is a very, very good point. The coaching staff, I trust them. I trust them enough that they're evaluating talent constantly. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is we have not seen Thomas Graham in camp as far as I know at all. So these coaches have not even got to look at this kid in real time. So this is a fluid situation. Before we go on to the next topic, I decided to do something fun today. And without some of your guys' knowledge, I asked for some younger pictures of you guys, and I wanted the audience that's watching to try to figure out if they could figure out who some of these guys are. So the first one we have in is this one here.
That ain't me, motherfucker.
And this is actually our own Marlon Williams. Who rocked the Band-Aid.
He's busy though. He's performing tonight. Mississippi Valley Fair.
When Marlon
Is
went
that
to
the right
Jamaica,
side or left side that you got that Band-Aid on?
Marlon, you got a tan when you went to Jamaica. You got a tan when you went to Jamaica.
Being from the Midwest, I was a big Nelly fan, man. Nelly's my dude, man.
Marlon got a tan.
I used to rock the Band-Aid in high school. So
we do have one.
We already know. We already know, Marlon. We know.
Air Force
I'm a Chicago lunatic, man.
Air Force One.
This one is serious. This one is serious. I actually did ask one of you guys for a baby picture. I didn't say anything about it, but I wanted to see if we could guess to see who it was. So this one is for real. So you guys need to really look at the face and see if you can figure out who this one is.
I already know who's going to be.
This will be easy. This will be easy.
Let me throw this up on the screen.
That's Jason.
That's Jason Mallardy.
That was easy. I didn't even look at his face.
I was sleeping peacefully.
I just looked at the background.
I knew what was coming.
Jinx team.
I knew what was coming.
No wonder we got a Jinx team, Jason.
We do have kind of a cool segment here. I do want to flip through some comments while I'm saying this. We do have kind of a cool segment here that actually it's kind of a group thing, but Jason kind of came up with a lot of it here. We are going to do a segment called Barely Confident or Firm Believer. So basically, I'm going to say three things, okay? We'll do them one at a time. And all I want to hear out of your mouth is barely confident or firm believer. I can't even say it.
Man, hey.
You picked a rough word,
you can't say it, Mike. Mike, it's so smooth you can't say it.
If we can't say it, we know Jason can't type it.
Right.
Bear believer.
Jason,
bear believer. Bear
I
believer.
love that. That's smooth.
Yeah.
I really did this just because I wanted to hear John and Jason say bear lever. That's
bear lever.
Okay.
That sounds like a sex dungeon.
Bear lever.
I'm going into the bear lever.
That's
so
something John would actually say though.
Here's going to be the first one. Braxton Jones will be the week 1 starter. Lester.
God damn. You know I love
one word.
Well, okay, give me the words again.
It's got to be 2 words.
It is barely confident or firm believer.
I'm a firm believer.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Marlon. Braxton Jones is going to be the week 1 starter.
He's been doing great, so I'm a firm believer too.
Okay. Gil.
I'm a firm bear believer.
All right.
He said it wrong.
Gil messed it up. Let me just
Pot to the face. Pot to the face.
Flag on Gil. Okay, so let's go back to Adam. Braxton.
I'm a firm bear believer.
Okay. Jason.
The other one. Bear.
He's barely.
He said I'm the other way.
Listen,
you made it up, Jason. How the hell you gonna be the other one?
Barely confident. The only reason I'm barely confident because it's the offensive line so fluid. So I can't sit here and say I 100%. So I'm barely confident.
He's young though. He's young. You know, they like young people.
Too.
They like young people.
He's hungry and aggressive.
I just want to give you
Teven Jenkins is young too.
That's bad.
But he's hurt.
He's in counseling right now.
Is he really?
He's in counseling. He's
barely confident. That's what he is. He's barely confident.
Gil said he's barely in counseling.
Jason, I just wanted to give you a heads up that when you struggle with the word bear lever, I'll throw it up on the screen so you can read it.
Thank you.
John, Braxton Jones will be the week 1 starter.
Barely confident. I just don't think that I think 90% of this team is barely confident. We don't know where anybody's going to start. We don't know where a lot of things are going to happen. So you got to be barely confident.
John, real quick, you're full of shit. You can't say you can't say John, you can't say John. I know you. I know you, John. John, I know you. You can't say 90% of the team is barely confident.
Lester, this is supposed to be a 2-word answer.
I'm sorry, but he just grinded my gears on that. John,
Listen,
you've got at least three people. You've got at least 3 people that are more than barely confident for you. So you can't say 90%. Come on.
I think Lester has been drinking out of whatever in Jason's Dolphins cup.
He's young. There's a few other guys that can get in there. There's some vets that can get in there that we signed. You never know what's going to happen. But what I do believe is there's a young man. Well, he's not too young anymore, but there's a man. He's a commander now, all right? And this guy, all right?
No, you don't get
We're not
that.
in this together, really, right?
No wireless
Nope. Nope.
Cut that mic off.
No, I agree with you, John. John, I agree with you, John. I agree with you, John.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on.
Wait, did I get one, Mike?
Yes, you just
Yes,
did.
you just did.
You just did it.
You just heard
you just said what you said.
And Mike, what are you? Are you?
He's a firm believer.
I'm going to
He's
say
firm.
I am a firm bear lever. I think he's going to end up in one of the tackle spots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Velus Jones will be wide receiver number 2, week 1. Lester.
That's a tough.
I say I am. What is it? I'm barely confident. Why? Velus Jones will be number 3. That's what he's best at right now. He can move up to number 2, but right now he can be a killer at number 3. A killer.
Okay, Marlon.
I'm gonna side with Lester on this. He definitely is going to do some damage in that 3rd spot. So I'm barely confident he's not going to beat Pringle out. Pringle, we already know is receiver 2. It goes without saying. And so Velus is going to definitely be that deadly, that secret weapon that we use down the stretch, because the way he's been burning Brisker and a few other guys in the secondary in practice, shit.
Gordon.
I cannot wait. Gordon too. I cannot wait to see what we do with Velus Jones in the offense.
Okay, Gil.
Barely confident. I do believe I agree with everybody else. I'd say he's wide receiver 3, but not a 2.
Barring any injury, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
He's best suited at number 3 right now.
Adam.
I am barely confident that he will be a wide receiver 2. However, I think you will see him on the first offensive play from scrimmage when we line up week 1.
Wow, good answer. Jason.
Barely.
Okay. Barely what?
Barely what? You got
barely confident.
Barely confident.
Jason's barely here.
Barely. Jason can barely remember what the hell the phrase is.
I'm just trying to keep it short because it's supposed to be 1-word answers. Everybody's going
one phrase. Jason's barely being negative.
Yeah. Anyways, it's not going to be Pringle number 2. It's going to be Harry.
Leviticus, the bear god. What is your answer?
I want to say I'm confident and not barely at all. You know, and I'm confident that he will be a more of a gadget guy for us. You're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4 throughout the season. It's not going to be him in one spot. He's going to be the guy. The other wide receivers will get a for sure. You're number 1, 2, 3. He is going to play everything. He's going to play every position on the field.
Right, but predominant.
I agree.
Primarily.
He's not going to have that. The thing is this, just like
he is going to have a primarily spot. What you mean?
No, he's not. He's not. You don't got to say he's a 2 or a 3 if he's playing everywhere and everybody else is lining up at those spots.
On Madden,
John,
they have 1st string, 2nd string, and 3rd string players.
Hey, quick question to John, man. Let him give him his answer.
He's gonna be the. If you want to put a word on it, he's gonna be the 3 then, because he's gonna be the slot guy, but he's also gonna play the X, the Y, and Z. He's gonna play everywhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my answer.
Stop with the dramatic effects.
I don't know, damn it.
You're taking like 20-second pauses to come out and just say it.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say I'm a firm Bear lever. I actually think he's going to beat Pringle out. I think he's going to push Pringle into the slot.
Really?
Oh no, man! You got him all in panic over there.
I do. So let's.
Oh no, not at all. Like I said, he's going to be on the field first offensive snap week 1. Guarantee it.
Mike was
he's almost going to be like you're going to see him in the backfield too, I believe.
What he actually thought about Velas.
Let's move to the last one of the night. This one's probably going to be the hardest.
Shit, we need 2 more. We need 2 more.
I only came up with 3. We're doing 3. Okay, this one's probably going to be the hardest. And the reason I'm going to say it's going to be the hardest is because most of you are going to agree, and there's probably going to be one of us that don't.
I know it's going to be the hardest because you said, Mike.
Roquan's deal will be final before week 1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Firm believer.
Now, listen, Mike. This would be a cause. This would be an event where we all pause for a dramatic effect, and we need some goddamn or like some hollow wind.
This ain't gonna be nothing but a guess.
Sound effects.
This ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah,
but a guess.
actually, I got it. I got this.
Okay, so John already said firm Bear lever. Lester.
This ain't gonna be nothing but a guess because it's like you said, it's before the season. I'm gonna be a firm believer.
No, you're not. You're gonna be a firm what?
A firm believer that his
No.
What?
A firm what?
Firm
what?
Bear lever.
Bear lever.
Oh, you can't say it.
That's what I said, motherfucker. I said that shit. A firm bear lever. That's what I said.
Bear lever.
Bear. That's what I said. Firm bear lever. That it'll be done. I don't know the fucking shit, but I'm a firm bear lever. It'll be done. He wants to play. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Marlon.
I'm going to answer that with a visual aid.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Oh,
here comes the whiteboard. Get the whiteboard up.
No, he ain't calling the whiteboard. He's doing the fucking jersey. He's doing the jersey. He going to do the jersey.
It's only a 1-hour show, fellas.
It's all right.
He going to do the jersey.
Here we
Fight
go.
me.
Okay, Marlon, I played your music.
Big
gonna do the
Roll
jersey,
getting paid by week 1. You can fucking book it and bear down on it. He's getting paid week 1, goddammit. I am a firm Bear Roquan lever, goddammit.
Preach to him, Pastor.
How about that?
Okay, all right, I'll take it. Gil.
You know what? I'm going to go with he's a firm Bear lever.
All right. Adam.
Good
barely confident. Roquan doesn't hit the field till week 3.
I knew
Adam's full of shit. Adam's full of shit.
I knew Adam was going to be
Adam's full of
week
shit.
3. Week 3.
He's a firm believer. He's a firm bear lever.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he
No,
is.
I disagree that. I'm a firm Bear believer that he will get a contract. Might not be with the Bears, but he'll get one.
Oh, get the fuck out!
Oh, you're a fucking firm bear head.
The question was, what did he get by week 1? They didn't say with the Bears.
I'm gonna call your ass. I'm gonna call your ass malicious Maladino.
Hey! Don't get the player hit the game. He didn't specify with the Bears. He just said contract by week 1.
Okay, so
gotta play the game, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give mine.
Sucks, then.
I'm going to give mine, and I'm going to throw a little curveball.
Here we go. Here we go.
I am going to say I am barely confident, but I think he plays week 1. I think he plays under his current deal. I think they're.
I can see that too.
I think that they'll be closer by then.
I like it.
I think they'll be closer by then. Just wanted to throw a comment.
Mike, you can't always be smarter than everyone, man.
I'm not trying to. I just wanted to throw this comment up on here real quick. Greg Rice, man, the Bears look stacked this year. You guys taking the North. Greg Rice, if you don't know, is a Lions fan and has absolutely zero room to talk about any team in the NFL because y'all suck.
He's a San Diego Lions fan.
Greg Rice is trash when it comes to knowledge. He is.
Basement bound, says Greg Rice.
I don't acknowledge my
he said
57
with basement
championship.
bounds. So he must know a lot about being in the basement. He know a lot about.
Greg does not acknowledge his own team's success. Marlon, Greg does not. Greg does not acknowledge his team's success in the past. He don't give a fuck about the past.
Kevin,
So I don't understand why he's a Lions fan if he don't acknowledge his team's past success. Why are you even a Lions fan?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about the Lions on the Bears show?
Well, let me make a public service announcement to Lions specifically. The Lions franchise owe all y'all goddamn fans money, gift cards, and goddamn it, some flat screen TVs for being fans of theirs, because they have let y'all motherfuckers down. And
look, you can just call their fans the midweight Lion fans, the midweight Lion fans, because they get midweight happy in the season, and then they start losing, and they just go back to the basement.
And we sweep them, even when we suck.
Hey guys, we can harp on this all night. That's not even worth the
Let's move on. Kevin Darden,
move on.
Kevin Darden, they better pay that man. Kevin, I had a little segment in the beginning of the show. I suggest you go back and watch it. Keep in mind that any contract negotiation has two sides. You do not know what Roquan Smith is asking for. This could be a Roquan issue. This could be a front office issue. We don't really know. If Roquan's requesting $26 million a year when the highest paid linebacker in that position right now is at 19.7, I wouldn't pay him either yet. So let's let it play out and see what happens before we just automatically assume it's the front office.
Correct.
Could be the verbiage.
Tom Novins. He wanted to know why we're getting on Lion fans. Tom Novins is a Bears fan. What's it matter to you, Tom?
Fuck the Lions. Fuck the Lions.
So
tell your fan base to worry about their damn team being at the bottom of the damn division like always.
Tell them to get some fans. Tell them to get some fans.
All right, listen, that is all the time that we have for this week. We will be back on next week. Make sure you give the Beardown 24/7 page a like on Facebook. Also follow us and subscribe on YouTube to our new YouTube channel. We do have that up and running. Gentlemen, I will see you next week. I will be talking to you in the chat in probably about 5 minutes once I get all this tore down. Everybody have a great night. Bear down, everybody.
Let's go out there.
Payroll, goddammit. The roll on the payroll. Let's go.
Lions in the basement.